Okay. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna start recording. So because some folks were asking for me to save this so you can watch it over later. So just really quickly, I'm just gonna show you what we're working on. We're working on making these really beautiful McGill flowers. They're paper roses and they're really easy to do. And I'll show you the tools really quick so you guys, if you're wondering what they're called. This one is the pear punch. This one is the garden petal punch, and from this punch we're going to just use the smaller pear. We're going to use the alpine snowflake punch and the birch leaf punch. And then to make this particular flower, you're going to need 10 of the larger pear, 12 of the larger pear-shaped petals, and you'll need 10 of the smaller pear-shaped petals. You'll need one of the McGill toolkits, and you'll need their crafting molding mat to just shape the flowers. So, all right, guys, was that good? I just wanted to run through it really quick. Let me just show you really quickly, and since I already prepped a lot of the stuff, just exactly what the techniques are. The first one is called shaping. So all you need is your 8mm stylus, and all you're going to do is you're going to roll it in the center of the paper, and this is just to break down the fibers in the paper. So you're going to end up with a petal that looks like that. Just has kind of like a curve. And then I've proceeded to do all the petals in advance. So now we're just going to go ahead and pinch and bend them all and finish this flower. So, so now here we go. So we're just going to grab this petal. We're going to put the tweezer in the center like this, and we're going to pinch. Again, that's technique number 2. You're going to remove the tweezer and take it, and you're going to put it on the left-hand side of the petal, and you're going to bend to the left. And then you're going to take the tweezer and put it on the right-hand side of the petal, and you're going to bend to the right. And then you're going to come out with a shape that looks something like that. So basically this piece right here is what you're going to adhere to the snowflake base once we're complete. And then these are just bent petals to the side. So let me just run through this really quick. Do you guys have any questions so far? I'm just going to continue to just pinch and bend. Ruffle chips. Have any of you tried these already? I'm just curious to know if anyone has tried making these flowers before. I know I've been dying to try them for a while and I just haven't. No? But you see how easy they are to make. Oh, you have, Tanya? Oh, I haven't seen them on your page. I probably am not looking in the right place. These are so pretty. So we're just pinching and bending. You guys need to share the link of the pictures of the flowers she made. They look like ruffled potatoes. That's funny. See, so Tanya should be doing this class instead of me. She tricked us. So I wish I would have done a couple of these in advance just to save a little bit of time. But again, it's really easy to do and goes by really quickly. This is one of those things that you're sitting down watching TV with your hubby, you're watching a movie, or you're at the baseball game with your kid, and all you do is you simply take a bunch of these cutouts in a little Ziploc bag, you break out your toolkit, and you get to do them. So, oh, you added UT to yours? Yeah, I could see how the UT would flatten them. I've noticed that depending on what kind of adhesive you use on the paper, the fibers break down really easy. So I love using the Helmar because it quick dries. But one thing that I would say is don't over put paper, don't over adhere, because first you don't need to adhere that much to begin with. But If you overheat, I think it over soaks the paper and then they get all yucky. Yeah, Tanya, you need to get with the videos. I know, she's so super talented. I don't know what she's waiting for. She just lets me torture you guys. I love videos. Every time I'm crafting, I'm constantly watching videos. So, yeah, UT is super thick embossing powder. It's actually called ultra thick embossing powder. UT is just an abbreviation for it. Um, yeah, Tanner is definitely the video king. He has like the best videos, and he's been trying out some of the coolest techniques. I don't know if you guys know, but Tanner carries, he has his own stamp line as well. And not only that, he carries Divine Twine. I don't know if you guys use that. When I send out my Kinder Sample orders, I always put a tag on it, and I always add twine to it. I never have enough. This is actually, where's my camera? This is all I have left of the twine. So I just ordered a ginormous roll of twine from Tanner. And he has a really good deal. I think it's like, I don't know, $13.50 for 240 yards, and I think he charges like $1 shipping. It's like super, super cheap. So there goes my Tanner plug for today. Yeah, I love twine. And I've been adding a lot of like little charms to my my orders, just like as a cute little giveaway. And the twine works really well because I want everyone to be able to use the charms once they get them. I don't want to glue them down, so the twine works really well to just hold them down temporarily. Nuh-uh, Tanner is super sweet. He doesn't owe me anything. Yeah, Sigrid, you need to do some videos too because you're awesome too. Everyone here, oh my gosh, it's like everyone that's on here right now is like super awesome with everything they do. They just need to um, get to doing videos. You guys have no idea how much talent is in this room right now. Yeah, twine is awesome for everything. I love it for any kind of packaging. I think it's just really fun. Okay, just so that you guys know, I still get nervous when I do YouTube videos and Ustreams. If you guys go back and watch my very first YouTube video, half my head was chopped off, and it was just horrible. It was horrible. But guess what? I did it, and I continue to do them, and I just have a lot of fun with them. And I think if you don't really think about it, um, hey Linda, I'm working on making a rose with the McGill punches. I'm making this one, this pretty rose right here. There goes another one. And since I didn't put this in the video before, oops, this is my sneak peek for tomorrow. This pretty little jar. Oh, I hope he's okay. Oh my goodness. You love it? Do you want me to send it to you? Actually, I need to send this to McGill for the booth. So I'm gonna send them this so that they can put it on the booth at CHA. So if you guys are going to CHA, you can see it. So okay, here we go. So we have 12 petals. Let me make sure I have 12. Just gonna organize my area right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Oh, well, that's good to know. Hospitals are yucky. I missed this one petal, so I'm just gonna finish it off. So here we go. So now we have the 12 bigger ones, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So now that I have these petals done, I'm just going to leave these right here so you guys can watch them. I am totally thirsty right now, so I'm just going to run downstairs really quick to get something to drink, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is like a quick intermission. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Felt that if I didn't drink some water, you guys were gonna, rather than worry about my lights going out like they did last night, I was the one that was gonna pass out this time. Tanya, are you giving them quick tips on how to do the flowers? Alright, so let's move this over. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the cupping. So I pre-punched this a snowflake, right? And we're just going to put it, again, on our mat. And really simply, we're going to take our stylus and we're going to put it in the center. And you see how it's just lifting up the snowflakes. So it's kind of creating a base for the petals now. So this is where it's important to do the 90-degree angle, so it's kind of facing up so that everything cups up nicely. So you see, now if you look at it on the side, it's this really nice foundation, right? So there we go. So now we have that. And then, because I'm going to go ahead and use these leaves, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing again. So I'll go ahead and do the shaping on them. Just so that I save some time. So this particular paper that I'm using is the gemstone one. So you see this side is shiny and this side is not shiny. I want the shiny side to show. So in that case, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the shaping on the side that's not shining. So again, if you want, whichever side you want to show, you're going to do the cupping on the opposite side. Hey, Jess! Wow, we haven't seen you in like forever. So again, you're just gonna, same thing we did with the flowers, and this, again, this is one of those things that is super easy. Once you just play with it and get comfortable with it, you'll see how many of these you'll make. So you see I'm just kind of rolling, and then we're gonna have that shape again. You see, kind of that little bent shape, right? And then we'll do the same thing to the other two. So there goes the second one. Yeah, I see Tanya still trying to figure out how she's not going to make videos for us. So there goes that. So now we have these 3 petals cupped. And then if you just want to add some really nice texture to the petals, you can go ahead and take one of the smaller styluses and then just kind of draw some lines on it and do some veining. So I don't know if you guys can see that really well, but let me see if I lift it up. Can you see that? There's some veining on there now. And it just adds a really subtle detail. Are you guys all picking on Tanya? Be nice to her, okay? Because you know what's going to happen? She's going to stop crafting and sharing with us because we're picking on her. And that wouldn't be a good thing. So again, we're just doing some veining on here with the smaller stylus, right? So there goes our 3 leaves, and I'm just going to put my tools away. I'm trying to be disciplined about, nuh-uh, you're not going to have an epic failure. Stop it. Ugh, I'm just taking a sip of water. Alright, so we're all done with all these tools. So I'm going to put all of my tools away and see if you guys have any questions so far. Other than when Tanya is going to do her video. So no questions? Are you guys ready to see how I put these flowers together? Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to need this again because I'm gonna be taking 2 of these leaves, and that's what I'm gonna use to make the center. So I like using the reverse tweezers for that. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move all this stuff out of the way because now I'm gonna get some glue on, and I like using my craft mat for that. How long do you think it takes to do one without the tutorials? If you have everything prepped up, a minute or so. I mean, it's literally really super easy. The prep work is really what takes the most time, and believe it or not, it's not really that long. It's mainly, it just takes longer because if it's like your first time or so, but like, I mean, I don't know if you saw just before, but I have like, I cut out a bunch of leaves, and I just have them all laid out here, so whenever I need to make one, I just make it really quick. Here goes that project that I made for tomorrow, if you guys haven't seen it yet. I don't know if you got here before I showed it. This probably took me all of 10 minutes to do. Literally 10 minutes, the whole project. So really super duper easy. But don't tell anybody, it took me hours. Again, once you have everything prepped up, it's really super easy. So okay, so now we're just gonna do we're gonna use the Helmar 450 quick dry adhesive. There's 2 ways of doing this. When I watched the video, it's recommended that you just take your glue and you put a little glob of it on your mat like that. And I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more again to see if just it gets better with the views. Okay, and this glare is kind of driving me crazy. So basically what you do is you take the cup and you put it between your fingers like that. And then you're going to take a petal and you're just going to put it in the glue like that. And of course I took too much and I let it dry a little bit. And you're just going to put the petal on one of the snowflakes. Right? So there goes the first one. You see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to put 1 petal on each of these little green petals, right? And then again, if you're running out of glue, remember it's quick dry. So you just want to keep on adding and picking up. So you're going to put your petal on there, pick it up and put it on here, and just kind of keep turning. Keep in mind that I'm left-handed, so sometimes I do things a little backwards. But again, pick up some glue and adhere and keep turning. And we're just going to keep doing this and adding glue. I'll show you in a minute how I like to do it other than doing this picking up of glue, although this works really well. And you see how the petals stay on really nicely. They're not falling off. So the Hallmark 450, and you see now I'm like literally moving and shaking. Here goes a 450 demo. It's amazing. Like literally this flower's not falling apart on me. But it's also stuck on my finger, so. That was a really good demo, right, for 450? So again, just put little dabs of glue as you go. And then put them down. I don't know if you guys know, but I know a lot of you guys know Jess, and don't tell anybody, but she's an Ippity chick. She sells Ippity stamps now, so if you guys haven't checked her out, you need to search for Ippity stamps. They're the kind of the home retail side of Unity Stamp Company. So there goes my plug for Jess today. You are still an Ippity chick, right, Jess? Alright guys, so you see, so now we have the 6 petals on there. And there's no reason why you should, you need a plug, Teresa? You don't need a plug, you are your own plug. Everybody knows who you are. So you don't really need to rush at this point. You may want to just let it dry. Again, you see, just shaking, shaking, shaking. I always get it stuck on my finger. I have no idea why. So I just kind of just pull it off and just remove this glue that's on my finger. And then I'll go ahead and continue to add the leaves. I'm sorry, the petals on here. And then this time I'm going to do it the way that I like to do it. I just hold it on here. And at this point I could leave it there. I like to kind of save glue, so I just like putting it on the actual back of the petal like this. And just putting my glue to the back, to the side, and then just adhering it. Again, this is totally a personal preference, how you choose to do it. As long as you follow the techniques, you're guaranteed to have a really good result. So how you glue it is up to you, as long as you kind of follow, you know, the basic techniques, the cupping, the pinching, and that kind of stuff. So there goes the second one. You see how it's kind of leaned that way, but it's only because now it's getting heavier on one side because it has more weight. And then we're just building the petals. And one thing that I didn't mention is, you see how I put the petals and there's a space in between each of them? I'm putting the second layer in between. So this one goes between the two, and etc., etc. You're going to continue building that way. And then we'll put this one here. And then we just have 2 more. Can you put too many? No, I don't think you can put too many. For this particular flower, it's recommended that you do 12 of the larger petals and 10 of the smaller petals. That works really well for this, and I think it's a good number to use when you save paper, if you use that many, and it comes out really, really full. Let me just show you again. This is the one I made previously. And you see how the inside, I kind of did it different. I wrapped 2 petals around the center, and then this one I kind of just left a little bit more open. So I think it's a perfect amount. But again, it's you're right, it's totally a personal preference. And then just put this one here. I know I'm going to see Jessica making a tutorial with this really soon. So here we go. So you see now we have the 2 layers, right? The 6 on the bottom that was that were adhered to this the snowflake, and then the other 6 that were placed in between the centers, right? Do they have a dahlia petal? I don't know, but they have so many different petals. I was just talking about earlier that I need to convince them to come out with a sunflower petal punch if they haven't yet, because I love sunflowers. Let's see if I can convince them to do that. Alright, so now we have this, and now we're going to go ahead and grab our smaller um, petals here, and we have 10 of these, right? So again, daisies. Oh, they do have daisies. Daisies they have for sure. Sigrid. I have another punch over that I can show you guys later. So now we're just, again, layering in between each of the petals. It's how we're kind of building this up. And if I wasn't talking and showing at the same time, you could see how this can be done really, really easy. Because you see it's gluing really easy. I'm not really playing with it at all. And it's just, okay, now I need to, I hope I didn't lose you guys. Oh, cool. You know what? I think the lily punch probably would work well for that. But I'm going to look into that. Okay, so you guys just found out that if you have any questions about anything crafty, send a note to Tanya Stillwell, and she'll get back to you in like literally 2 seconds. She's our new source for anything crafty. Did you see that? It's amazing. She has like super fast fingers to be able to find it that quickly. So okay, so now we have that. So you guys see where we're going with this. And at this point, if you want to close it up a little bit more, you can start pinching it a little bit more like this. But again, you don't have to do that. It's just whatever you feel like doing at this point. And again, we're just going to keep building on here, right? So we'll put this one here. And that one there. Let's see. I'll just keep adding some more. So we're down to our very last two after I put this one down, and that's the one that I'm going to use to put in the center. So let me just show you where we are with this so far. So you see already a super duper pretty flower, right? And then here's what we're going to do. I had already done the pinching and bending on this, but what I've decided is that I'm going to use these two for the center. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the very corner of one of the smaller petals, like that. Let me make sure I grab it well. And I'm just going to roll it. And this is how I'm going to make the center. So you just want to make sure that you do a nice curl like that. And I like to play with it on my finger just to make sure that it's nice and coiled. You don't want it to roll out on you. When you're starting to do it initially, this is probably the easiest way to do it. But once you get the hang of it, you can do it really easily with this. But I just wanted to show you how I did that. And then I just put this one in the center of one of these petals like that. So we'll go ahead and do that next. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of blue in the center like that. And I'm going to put my little rolled up petal in the center. And just hold it. Hey Tanner. So you see, I find that this is an easy way of holding it. If you would have had another extra petal, this is kind of like the way I made this center. You see the center, how it's the coiled and then it has one leaf kind of to the left, another petal to the right. All I did was I put one in that side and then I put the other one on this side. So then when you put it in the center, it kind of just gives another kind of look. Hey Kay Morgan. So now the next thing I do is, yeah, it's really simple. It's just a matter of playing with it for a little bit. And then all I do is I put a little glob of glue in the center. I find that this works the best for me. And then I just take this piece, which was the rolled up one, and the petal, and just put it in the center like that. So now I'm just going to press it in the center and just kind of press all of them together. And you'll see this is what we came up with. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? And we're not done because I didn't put the leaves on it. So let's put the leaves on it too, because you guys need to see the full flower. So now, again, we want this side to show, right? This is the shiny side. And someone just asked what kind of paper. It's Coordinations Gemstone cardstock. So we're just going to put a little bit of blue here. And then, depending on how you have it done, I like to kind of just put it in areas where I feel that it needs a little, I don't know, it has like a little space or something, and I just want to put it as filler. So there goes that leaf. And we'll put the other two as well. So then I kind of just hold the center and put it there. Coordinations paper is really inexpensive, Tanya. I pick it up at not at Michael's, at Joann's whenever it's on sale for, I don't know, $5, $6 for $1 or something like that. And I love it. I use it all the time. So there we go. And feel free to use just regular copy paper to cut and plate and mold. Now package it and sell it for $2.50. Oh. Oh, quilling paper. Oh, quilling paper is inexpensive, Tanya. What are you talking about? So there we go. So there goes the first one, second one, and the third one. You see they're all a little bit different, but very much the same. That's what's really awesome about the punches. That each of them have a little bit of difference, but all very, very similar because it's really, really simple to do. Aren't these awesome? And again, I went ahead and I distressed the petals beforehand. See, this is one of the yellow ones that I had made. I made previously. And I distressed this one with some Tim Holtz Wild Honey. And then this is one that I started. I didn't finish it yet, but really easy. You see, it's not falling apart. I mean, like literally I'm throwing it around, and I need to ship one of these to see how they do in the mail. Who should I ship it to? You. I need to make another one of these and do it as a giveaway because I really, this is probably one of my favorite projects so far because it looks super, super elegant and just fun and pretty, and I don't know, really pretty for like a tea party or a little girl's birthday party. But oh my goodness, it was 99 cents for this little jar, which you probably could get cheaper. Probably, I don't know, how much was this thing? This paper was like, I don't know, 59 cents a sheet. And then a sheet of cardstock, a little piece of twill ribbon, and a stamp. Super cute. I don't know, maybe $1.50 to make the whole thing, or $2. I don't know. Yeah, feel free to try them out with other things that you have available to play with. The only thing that I find is that, again, these are so easy to do, and because you don't have to take out your giant die cut machines. I mean, literally all you do is you take this and you punch it off a strip of paper. I am very frugal with the way I do paper, so I think what I do is I cut a strip of 2 inches. Gosh, I had a strip somewhere that I had pre-cut to show you guys what I do. I thought I did. well, maybe not, but I'll show you this one. I had pre-cut this piece of paper. Let me see if I can zoom out to show you. It's kind of just like a little tip that I kind of learned along the way. You guys know that I like sharing my tips. So let's see, let me just measure this to see how big it is. Okay, so I cut this strip of paper at 1.5, right? And you know how you have this punch that has the 3 punches on there, but you want to be able to get the most out of your punches, right? So what I do is I turn it towards me like this, right? So I'm looking at it right now, and it basically looks like a heart. It's an upside down pear. So I put the paper in this way, right? And I put it wherever the farthest corner is, right? So now you see I've punched out one of the petals, and I'm leaving the punch exactly as is, right? All I'm going to do is I take this paper out, and I'm going to turn it. So now the pear is looking at me. So you see, as the paper is feeding in, it's going to feed in on the piece that I've already pre-cut, so I'm not wasting any kind of paper on here. All I'm doing is I'm feeding it in again, and I'm punching, right? So there goes my second punch. And you see, I'll have a little bit of waste, but literally that's just kind of the scraps from what I have pre-cut. So now, I take this out, and I flip it the other way, so now the pear is looking at me, and I'm just pushing it in again, and cutting, pulling it out. See, I have an upside down pear. I'm flipping it over, and now I have the correct pear. I'm putting it in, and I know this may be a silly tip to you guys, but it's really, really easy when I'm sitting down and just doing something, and I'm not wasting any paper at all. So, because this is all I need is this little pear. So you guys see, literally, I've cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is a little bit of scraps that I've gotten out of here. So yeah, I'm really, really, I do the same thing with the bigger punch, although the bigger punch is just one shape. But I do the same thing. I cut a strip of paper at 2 inches. I punch one, I flip, I flip, I flip, I flip, and there's no wasting. No wasting at all. And it's not even like it's taking you a lot more time to do it, because you're not doing anything. You're keeping the punch in the exact same direction. It's very easy to use because it's not very much effort pushing the punch this way. And if you need a little bit more strength, just, punch it with both hands. So I have enough paper to fill a store. I probably do. So there you go. So see, all of these little scraps, nothing. So is that a good tip? And now I'll put them all around the side, and it'll join my little collection of yellow flowers that I'll be making tomorrow, or even pink flowers. Imagine coloring the edges of this with pink. Let me see, do I have pink here? Yeah, I do. Victorian velvet. How pretty is this color? Let's see, let's try one. Just because now I'm curious to see what it looks like. Where's my dapper? Here we go. Here goes my Distress Ink in pink. And we'll just go like that. Oh yeah, this is super pretty. And there goes the pink one. I guess I'll have to make a pink and white, a white and pink tipped flower. You guys see that? Super pretty. I'm thinking about, let me see. I owe you guys so many tutorials, it's not even funny. I need to do one on all the Tim Holtz stuff. I learned a bunch of stuff in a class that I took sometime, oh my gosh, probably 6 months ago. And I have to do that. You want me to recap all the stuff you need? Okay, absolutely, I'll do that. Okay, so these are the flowers we made, right? And here goes the project. And in order to make these flowers, I used Coordinations paper. And this is what it looks like. It's the textured paper, so it says Coordinations on it. And you can use a gemstone. As long as it's textured, I think that's the one that works best. The next thing you're going to need is, you'll need this for any of the punches. So the Paper Blossoms toolkit, and this comes with the styluses and the reverse tweezers. And this is a very versatile toolkit. You can use this for just about anything. The next thing is the craft molding mat. So this is what you're going to use to shape and to cup your flowers. And then to make these particular flowers, you're going to need a couple of punches. And remember that these punches are versatile, so although you're using them for these flowers, there are a bunch of other flowers that you can create and a bunch of other things that you can create using these punches, and I'll be showing you that really, really soon. So here goes the first one, and this one is called Garden Petals, and it has 3 pieces. This is actually like a leaf, and this is a stamen, and then right here is the pear shape, the smaller pear shape, and then this is the larger pear shape. It's just a single punch. And then here goes the alpine snowflake and the birch leaf. So that's to make the traditional rose. And if you want to make the garden petal rose, you're basically going to use these 2 punches and this punch, which is the garden punches. I'm sorry, the floral petal punches. So it's just a bunch of really, really awesome punches that you can use for this. What I like to use as adhesive is my Helmuth 450 quick dry adhesive. Any quick dry adhesive will work really well with this. This is just my personal preference. And you guys saw how amazing it worked. I mean, I don't even know which is the one that I made last. It's one of these, and they're all completely dry. Like, literally, I'm just throwing them around, and they're just in perfect condition. And then if you want to distress your edges, all I use is any kind of Tim Holtz distressing. I tend to keep a couple of different colors on my desk. So I have, like, this is my favorite, you guys know, Vintage Photo. Wild Honey is quickly becoming my second favorite. And Victorian Velvet is the one that I'm going to use next for a flower tomorrow that I'll create. And did I miss anything, you guys? I think that was it. Do you guys have any questions? Use the palm of your hand. The soft mat, that was this one, the craft molding mat. It's right here. And this is really inexpensive. I think this is like, I don't know, $5 or something like that. $5.99 is the manufacturer's retail price. And it's really awesome. I love this mat. It just really adds that really nice dimension and detail to the flowers. So I highly recommend using the mat and the toolkit. And again, you're going to use those things forever and ever, so it's a good investment. Imagine working on a project and you don't have a flower available and you want to make one that matches it perfectly. Here you go. Just make your own. Super duper easy. And how many of us have like tons of paper lying around? I know I say use the coordination paper or the basil paper, but I'm sure there's a ton of other papers out there that you can use. So I say by all means go ahead and try them. It was my first time using these, so I went ahead and used the ones that were used in the videos I've seen and what was recommended to me. But trust me, I will also be using other papers and trying other techniques with these and finding new ways to work on these flowers. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast so that everyone that wants to see how to make the flowers can just look back on this video, and then we'll chat a little bit, and then we'll determine whether you guys want me to kind of work on the balsa box tonight or regroup tomorrow on another day to do it. I know it is getting late, and I know a lot of folks work tomorrow, so I don't want you guys to miss out on it. So let me go ahead and stop recording and save this, and then I'll just follow the chat for a little bit, okay?